There is another feature called player to player. I don't have time to talk about it, but I do talk about.
You can give them a little extra time.
Yeah, you've got the time to talk about.
Are you guys okay? Because I really want to get into custom templates and how long do I have?
We go until 9.
We go until 9:30.
Okay, I'm good.
If you're interested enough, I'll let you keep talking.
Are you guys interested?
I am.
Okay. So player to player. What player to player does, and I've like totally jacked up my website. Hang on, look. This is why I wish I was features because I just
save that format to all your pages.
Oh, I did.
Whenever you did that.
Okay, let me change this back to grid. It's like, man, okay. Dang it, Chris, can you fix that for me? Because that
views. I hypothetically know how views work.
Because that's a usability problem.
And do my best.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. So player to player. So player to player, the reason why I did player to player is because there's a lot of people that want one widget to control another widget. A great example of this, like audio sites do this where they'll have an audio bar. It's one thing I didn't even mention about presets is you could just say, I just want to see the controller only, and it makes a really good audio player. That was recently fixed in the latest beta, so that actually works now. So you can, if you just want to do audio, it handles that as well. So what I'm actually going to do is, let's say on these pages I want a way. So it's actually going to be kind of a bad example because you would never want to do what I'm about to do on a node page. I'm only doing it on a node page for the sake of time. A good use case would be if you have like a hero banner or something that has a player and you want a way to control that hero player with other elements on the page. Player to player allows you to do that, where you can literally connect one plugin or one preset to another preset on the page and make a connection. So they behave as if they're one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist over here on the left-hand side that's going to basically act as the connected playlist on the player. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a preset. No, I'm not going to create a content type. Preset, and we're going to call this just playlist. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something called playlist only. In display settings, this might actually just completely hide my playlist, but we'll see. So playlist only. So what playlist only does is it says, I don't want to see anything except the playlist. So you just want to show the playlist. Hit save. You don't see anything in there. It just looks like a blank screen because I don't have a playlist. I could just copy my YouTube. Yeah, let me just do that just so we can see something. It looks really bad because it's 100% width. You can change that, but I actually like to keep it as 100% width because it will fit its bounding rectangle, which will end up being the left sidebar. So now that I've actually have this set, the next thing I want to do is I want to associate the view that I built, which is on the home page. I want to associate this view with that playlist. So what I'm going to do is create a block within this view. I'm going to add a block. And in the block, I'm going to change the format. I'm going to make it only for this block. And I'm going to make it the media player, and I'm going to select the playlist that I just did. And I'm going to hit apply. And that's all I really need to do. Now that you might want to give it a title, just so we can find it. So I'm just going to call this media playlist. So now that I'm going to hit save, now that I've done that block is exposed in structure blocks.
View media. Yeah.
Where? Oh, I shouldn't have changed the title. It should have been the admin. There's another string that I changed in the view to make that. So you guys will figure that out. So I'm going to put this in the sidebar, and the next thing I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and then view media. I'm going to configure this to only show on the media content type. Now keep in mind, guys, this is bad because I'm going to make this thing control a node display. Don't do that. That's bad. You don't want to swap out content in a node display. So, but I'm doing this for the sake of time. And I'm just going to hit save. And I'm going to go to a node display. Now you'll see there's my playlist. But one thing right away you'll notice is that this doesn't do anything. It's just a stupid playlist that just does nothing. When you click on it, it doesn't link to anything. What I want is when I click on this thing, I want it to actually change my player. To do that, you have to create a connection, and you do that in the player-to-player settings. So really, you have to say this in common English. I want to make that playlist a playlist for the media player. So wherever you start, playlist is the preset you have to change. So I'm going to change the playlist. And you go down to a setting called player to player. Make this preset the playlist for node player. Save. And you're done. Now, this thing behaves as if they're connected. And now, whenever I play, and it also has the reverse communication, so that after I play the media on the page, when it's done, it will go onto the next track.